Hello and welcome to Brewskis and Housekeys. I am Nicole Kostelecki.
And I'm Nick Papantanakis.
And we are here at Remax Alliance in Old Town, Arvada, enjoying life and drinking beers.
Back in action.
Yes.
I feel like I'm going to blame the summertime because summer is busy.
It is. There's so many different things going on.
Yeah. Life, work, all the things.
All of them. Vacations.
I feel a little guilty. I got to admit this right now. Just get it out of the way. I was talking to Phil, our managing broker, just about half an hour ago about the fact that my daughter starts school tomorrow, 3rd grade. And I told him, I was like, I'm excited for her. She's excited because she loves school. I don't know where she gets that, but she loves school. And I'm excited because I've loved spending the summer with her, but this has been a juggling act all summer. So selfishly, I'm excited for our whole family to get back to our routine. And it's, I'm just very joyful that I will get my days back. I love her.
I think that it's not just you. It sounds like there's a lot of parents like that. I can't speak for myself, but
you have siblings that are parents.
I have siblings. Yeah, I have nieces and nephews.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
Big time. We met her teacher yesterday. She's super excited. She's got a really cool teacher. A couple of her really good friends are in her class. She found out yesterday. So it's all good things. But I felt some weird little thing in the back of my brain was like, you should feel guilty. These are days you will never get back with your daughter. You get to spend time. And yet I'm still really excited. So
that's all right.
I am in a glass case of emotion over this.
Yeah. Well, you guys went to Waterworld, didn't you?
Oh, man.
I didn't make it there
That was mind-blowing for her.
Really? That was her first time?
First time.
What ride did she like the best?
It was between, she wouldn't go on that. We got in the line. It was long. We got about halfway through the line. And she goes, Dad, I have to go to the bathroom and I don't want to go on this ride. And I said, that's okay. We don't have to. But she loved, the wave pool was everything. She loved that. We went in there so much. And then there's the one.
Big one or the Captain Jack one?
Big one. But we didn't go past the 4-foot marker because she's not the strongest swimmer still. She's still learning. So Thunder Bay, dude. Yes. Then there's my favorite ride. She actually liked this one too. It's called Tortuga Run.
I love that.
Isn't that one great?
It's fun.
So that's the one that's got the pool. You start in a tube and you're in the pool and you go down a little slide and you're in another pool. It's like a lazy river with slides.
Yes.
It's the best.
And it takes. Those are fun. I think the reason I like the Tortuga one is because I feel like you get the most bang for your wait in line time.
Yes.
And
it was the Friday of last week, which is basically the Friday before most Denver public schools and Jefferson County schools went back. So they were really busy.
Really?
But we got there right as they opened. So our first 4 or 5 rides, we didn't even wait. We walked right in.
Did you do the Egyptian one?
No.
Those are hard when it's just 2 people too to carry the tube.
And let's be honest, it was an 8-year-old and me, so she wasn't carrying anything. So, yep. I tried to be Superman and carry it, and I was like, nope.
You put it on the back of your head.
I tried that.
The most classic ride, though, that's been there since day one is the Screaming Mimi.
Screaming Mimi, that's a good one.
We watched
It's
it.
fun.
She was too scared to go on it.
You guys would be the ultimate.
I know.
You put your heavy weight in the back, and you lean forward all the way down,
And then go
kick back.
water, you lean back.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Dude,
I know.
And she loved it.
I bet you I can get her to do it next year because we watched 4 people in a row go down it. And she was like, they're skidding across the water. I was like, I know. You want to do it? She goes, nope. I was like, okay. Okay. We'll get there. But it was fun.
Yeah.
And Jeannie, unfortunately, was out of town. So we just went as a pair. But I think my wife has never been either because she's not a Colorado native. So it's an experience we need to have with her, too. But, yeah.
Maybe once all the kids go back to school, I'm going to go.
Okay, so they're only open for weekends for the next 2 or 3 weekends, and then they're done.
Just the week. Oh, shit.
Yeah, basically. So,
Okay.
sneak over there this weekend.
Yeah, I can't.
I'll watch your business for you.
Okay.
But anyway, that's enough about me. How about you?
Yeah.
How's golf been this summer?
Golf's been good, as always. Went up to South Dakota again. Went with my mom's 2 of my mom's sisters, so my aunts and uncles. And turns out my Uncle Paul is a huge huge fan of our podcast.
Uncle Paul.
He watches all of them.
Thank
Every
you.
single one. I
Shout
know.
out.
And Auntie Linda. She'll watch them.
And
too.
Auntie Linda.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Yes.
We appreciate you. Here, cheers. Have one for
I
us.
like the beer reviews.
Makes me
I
happy.
don't blame them. But that was a fun little trip to get up there. We don't get to see each other as often, so it's nice to do that.
Do they live here?
No, they live in Montana, and
Oh.
then my other aunt and uncle live in North Dakota.
Oh,
My
nice.
cousin too.
So it's a good little.
all kind of bloop right to the middle. Went golfing.
Of course.
Went to the wineries,
Oh.
breweries. It was fun.
Wineries.
Hit any rapids in the last summer?
You mean rafting? Yeah. No,
Because you're the bomb at rafting.
She's
I have not.
The rafting goddess.
Nobody knows that.
It's been. Oh, that's true.
Fun
it's been
fact.
a while since I've done that. I used to raft guide. I know, but it's been a while. I need to. I meant
I bet it's
to.
like riding a bike.
My raft guide, the owner of the raft company, said it's like pissing in the wind. Comes right back to you.
That's my new favorite. That's
I
up there with
know.
kicking
know.
in the ice hole
Yeah,
joke.
that was a good one.
If you don't know what I'm talking about, go back to
Go
our
back.
old episodes.
And watch it.
You'll find it.
Yes.
It's one of the best jokes in the world.
I'm going to have to dig out those pictures and put one up.
Yes.
Okay.
Yelling at a bunch of dudes. Like, get it together, bro.
That's exactly what it is. Forward one. Or lean in or forward back one. Well, I always call numbers because Clear Creek's so tight. You have to be careful how much people paddle.
Oh yeah.
If they paddle like too much, they put us into bad situations. So I have to make sure everyone listens
you
to me.
keep them real.
Yeah, like
This-
left side forward one, right side forward one. That helps me turn the boat, so I'm not just the only one doing it.
That's why you have an
If
expert.
it's yeah, lean in when we're about to hit a bump. That way I don't have to pick up anyone out of the river. I try not to do yard sales.
This
when I
sounds
was guiding,
like-
I was like, I don't want to clean it up, so I was just very clean.
This sounds like a
clean.
field trip waiting to happen.
I think we should. We should do
With
that.
Nicole guiding us, I feel safe and sound. Yep, in a heartbeat.
All right.
Let's do
Are
it.
you sure? It's been a long time since I've guided it.
I hear it's like pissing in the wind, so you'll be fine. Comes right back to you.
Yeah. Oh god.
I heard that somewhere. I don't remember where it was.
So good.
Should we talk about the cold, delicious, frosty beverages we're drinking?
Yes, let's do.
What you
So
got there?
Oscar Blues. I am drinking. I have a backup here, but Mama's little yellow pills. I didn't say that right.
They
Yeah.
they updated a lot of their labels.
Mama's little yellow pills. Mm-hmm. It's pretty good. Bohemian Pilsner, 4.7%. Just very easy drinking, but like kind of a heavy mouthfeel.
This one we used to actually take in the restaurant
I
and
like
mix with orange juice, and it was real good. Yeah. That was one of my favorites to do a little beer mosa with. And then I'm drinking what's called the Tropic Mutant Experimental IPA. This is part of their experimental IPA series. It says Series 4, so I'm assuming they have quite a few of these. But this one's delicious. I mean, it's definitely got a little bit of the IPA, what do you want to call it, kind of mouthfeel on the front end, a little bit of bitterness, but it's real clean as a finish. It doesn't leave that kind of aftertaste, that some IPAs can leave. That sometimes I look for, but in this case, I'm happy that this is kind of a crisp finish. It's not a hazy. It's not anything like we usually drink. It's just kind of a
It
classic
looks kind of hazy.
classic IPA. Yeah, it does have a little bit of a cloudiness to it, but it's not like the tropical, crazy, citrusy type.
Right.
Could be. I mean, it says Tropic Mutant,
It
so
says
there's
juicy IPA.
yeah, it's kind of
So juicy.
Get that a
Is
little
it
bit.
juicy? Do you taste it?
a little bit, maybe. Maybe it's been so long since we've done one. I'm not adept at my my tasting notes. Sorry, Uncle Paul. But it is delicious. It's 7%, so take your time with it. But it's really good. And Oscar Blues is a cool place. I can't believe we haven't featured them yet.
I know.
In
They've been around for a long time.
40 some odd episodes. They started out of Lyons, Colorado back in 1997. That's before Nicole was born. So
That is not true.
sorry, couldn't help it.
It's fine. Nico asked if I was turning 21 on my birthday this week.
Love it.
No.
Oh, and it's your birthday week. How did we not touch on that?
That is true.
I don't know when this will air, but happy. Happy birthday.
I don't.
Early.
Certainly don't go around telling nobody.
Yeah, well, when it's my birthday and I've had a few more drinks, then I do.
We'll get
I've
you the
like
sash
yelled it before at
That
like
says
Broncos games.
birthday queen on it.
No, I wouldn't wear that.
River Rapid Queen.
Not Applewood. We're gonna go golfing in Evergreen, which I'm
Oh,
really
my.
excited about because I love that course.
You do?
And I wanted to do it last year, but we got rained out, so
That course
it'll
whoops
be
my
fun.
butt.
Yeah, but it's so pretty.
Beautiful.
The blind par 3 is the craziest.
That one's so fun.
Yeah.
Over the rock.
Over the boulder.
Yeah.
Yep, that one's
Huge.
tough.
And then you have to ring the bell when you're done.
Last time
so
I was-
that the next people know.
That's right. Last time I was up there, we got rained out too. I think we got through 12 holes and we got dumped on. So
Well, I'm hoping it's all right. Oh, and we're getting okay. Did you guys ever go to the market when it was in Denver on Larimer Square back in the day?
I don't think
No.
so.
It was a cute, well, it's gone now, but it was a cute little restaurant / market / coffee shop / bakery. They had everything in there. And it was it reminded me of like a European marketplace.
Oh, okay.
But they ended up, they closed, but they used to make the best like zucchini cake with like spring, or it was called spring fling. It would have fruit all over it. And then inside and like a cream cheese frosting.
Whoa.
Really good. But some of their bakers moved over to Lala's. Have you ever heard of that place? All right, this is a big secret I'm letting everyone in on because it is the best.
Maybe don't. Okay,
I just
we
did.
can. Tell
It's
them.
too late.
Okay.
Too late.
It's out.
They still make the spring fling cake,
Oh my.
so I'm getting that for my birthday. And I'm not a big sweets person, so if I like it is delicious,
Oh boy.
top notch for sure. So I'm excited for that.
I like that idea.
Yeah,
That's nice.
I know.
Treat yourself.
I will.
Take care of yourself. I like that.
It'll be fun.
Well, I just watched Nico finish his beer, so I think his was delicious too. But anyway, I want to get back real quick. Oscar Blues. Oscar Blues, they've been around since 97. They started in Lyons. They now have their big tap room in Longmont, Colorado, but they have two others. I didn't know this until today. One in Austin, Texas, and one in North Carolina. So they have expanded
Oh,
a lot, which is awesome.
North Carolina.
And at least out of their Longmont tap room, they have trivia night. They have live music. They started out that way. They started out with live music and good homemade Cajun food. That was kind of their theme. And then they made really good beer.
Do they still have Cajun food?
I don't know, and I want to find out. I didn't
right.
see it anywhere on their
To be determined.
About Us stuff, but they might.
Okay.
But they do still have awesome live music. They have trivia nights. They have vinyl Fridays. And August 19th, if we are airing before then, which I think we might, maybe.
We'll see.
Is their 21st canniversary, which is celebrating 21 years of canning beer. They started obviously before then, but they are like a lot of Colorado breweries where they want to really embrace the outdoor lifestyle that Colorado can give you. So getting rid of all glass that they would store beer in and only going to cans, that was their mission. And so this is their 21st year of canning beer. So
Nice.
they have a big celebration going on, which I'm assuming it's called the Circus Sideshow. So I can only imagine how wonderful it will be. But really cool looking place. I've never actually been to their
They have
tap room.
great beers.
Love
I have been to their tap room, but it's been a very long time.
Their beer is my beer of choice when I go to Red Rocks. They have Dale's Pale Ale in the big
Oh,
cans.
I like the Dale's Pale Ale.
It's delicious. Yeah. So check them out. It's worth it. It's delicious. And we'll have to find out what kind of food they have.
Yeah. Well, it's been a while. We had a lot to catch up on, but I suppose we should jump in on some August market update stats from July.
It's time.
Let's do it. Okay. So for residential, the average price for homes in the Denver metro area was $693,000. That's a 2.43% decrease from June. Now, as we normally do, we usually like to look at the median price. It gives us a better idea of what actually kind of
Is going on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So median price for residential homes is $590,000. So that is also a 1.58% decrease from June. For detached single-family homes, the median price was $650,000, 0.76% decrease from June.
all good news. I mean,
Yeah.
really, if you're out there in the market, that's for sure.
And then for an attached home, so our condos, townhomes, those kind of things, in the Denver metro area, the median price was $420,000, which was the same as June. So same median price. Overall, though, we did see prices decrease across the board. So yeah, and then just looking at year to year, so median residential price for July this year was down by 0.84% compared to June of 2024 or 2022. I wrote 4, but I meant 2. We don't know what's happening.
Looking
in
into the
2024.
We're going to talk about the
Yeah.
future, actually. But that is good news because June of 2022 was about when
It was
interest
the
rates
highest. Or
started to like creep, right? And then they took that sharp jump. So I think you're right. It was at its peak at that point. The market was, not the interest rates. And so
the market is what I
it's
was
nice to see if you're a buyer out there, it's nice to hear. Hopefully it's nice to hear those numbers because it does give you some solace that it's not insane or as insane as it was out there.
True.
A little bit more on the stat side here. Average days in the MLS for July was 23 days, so same as June. But that's still a quick market relative to what is considered to be a balanced or a normal market. So 23 days on average for detached homes, 25 for attached. And then I always love this number. There were 6,299 active listings at month's end. That's up almost 3.75% from June's month end, which is really good news. Still down from July of last year by a lot, actually, by 14.5%. That's a big drop. And we'll talk about that a little bit as to why people might be sitting still instead of selling. We'll get to that in a little bit here, but and then let's go with the amount of closed homes in June. July was 3,677. That's also down from June, 16.34%, and down from last year by 18.5%. So that's another drop. 4,773 new listings came through in the month of July, which is also a decrease. So we're just seeing the market slowing up in general a little bit on that side. And average close to list price was 99.88. I think that's one of the first times we've said below 100 in a couple months. Or was it that way last month too?
I think last month was right about 100.
Okay.
But yeah, a couple months back it was below.
And then interest rates, we're going to talk about that too. But right now, as of today, sitting at just over 7% for a 30-year conventional loan with no points, according to Mortgage News Daily. So a lot of decrease that we talked about. We're going to talk a little bit about what that means for buyers.
Yeah. So for buyers, I mean, the main thing that I'm seeing is there's opportunity out there. There really is.
Love that
Like,
phrasing.
The
Perfect
close
way
to
put it.
list price right now being below 100%. So that means that there are more homes being sold under list price than above. So that's good to know. Like, I mean, you can come in and offer a little bit lower. Just keep an eye out for the ones that have been on the market for a little bit longer. And yeah, try and do what you can.
That's a good way to search is how long has it been on market? Look at days on
Exactly.
market.
And we have ways to do that when we set up people on MLS searches where you can put in the minimum number of days. So that is a very good way to look at things. Also, there's still quite a bit of inventory out there. With what was the average days on market?
23.
23?
Yeah.
With that being the case, I mean, buyers now have the ability to do their research, look around at homes, and see what they like, which is really quite cool. Because when we were in the market about a year ago and things were just flying off the shelf, you had to look at it on Thursday, put an offer on by Sunday, and you would look at more than one home. I mean, you'd look at like 5 or 6 of them and then do it all over again the next weekend. Like, now you have the opportunity to take your time, look around, see what you like, and, try and make an offer on a home.
It got scary.
Which I think is really cool. It's nice.
Yeah. It got scary then for a while. Did you ever have any buyers that asked you, hey, can I put an offer in on this home and then also put an offer in on that home because I like them both? I just don't want to. I want to be able to get one. Did you ever have anybody do that to you?
I did have people ask about that. Yeah.
That's scary.
I know.
Because what happens?
If they simultaneously signed both of them, you'd be under contract for 2 homes.
That's too much money.
That is scary.
It's too much money.
It is.
But people were doing things that drastic in that market, so it's so nice to not be in that role.
Yeah,
anymore.
you can pick which one you like more.
Take your time. Yeah, you
Like,
can take your time.
Yeah, so I like that. I think it's, like I said, opportunity for buyers out there. The other thing, I've noticed with interest rates, they have kind of settled right around like the 7, 6. It's been about a year that they've been around 6 to 7%. So I think there was an initial shock, but now as like that shock has worn off, like that's just where it's at. The people that are serious to buy a house they're out there and looking. And then also, this is the biggest dilemma that I've been seeing lately. And Nick, I don't know about you, but for me, I have a lot of, clients that they have a house. They maybe want to either downsize or upsize or maybe move somewhere else. But then they look at their monthly payments and they're like, okay, well, my interest rate on my house I have now was this much. Like, is it worth buying a new house for like that, that higher interest rate? So people are just in a dilemma. It's like, what do I do? And that's where you kind of can come talk to us. We can talk about it. I mean, the rates do change. You can always refinance. I mean, the 2%, that's pretty quite low. But there's other ways you could do it too. I mean, maybe you could rent out the place that you have. So different options. I think if we start seeing interest rates dip, some of those would-be buyers, would-be sellers will kind of get off the fence and do it.
Yeah, I think, you make a good point that it's worth the conversation. Mm-hmm. I think, obviously no one knows the future. No one knows the future. There are people that are much smarter than me that understand the economics of how this ebbs and flows. And we actually had the good fortune a couple days ago to listen to an economic advisor that speaks to our internal mortgage company, CMG, HMA, who shared with us his kind of track record, what the numbers show is coming for us in the coming 6, 12, 18 months as far as interest rates go. And it is a decrease. They are supposed to come down. And so obviously you can't 100% bank on anybody's predictions of things,
right.
But it's worth that conversation. It's worth talking that through because every one of your situations, Mr. and Mrs. Seller, are different. So it needs to be, we need to understand what you're going through in order to hopefully help figure out if it makes sense or not. Because it might not. It might not.
Right. Yeah, maybe it is worth just staying in there.
Yeah.
Saving some money. Who knows?
Absolutely.
Equity in the house also would play a factor.
Big time.
Definitely.
And it also depends on if you're doing like what Nicole said, are you going to keep it and rent it? Or are you going to sell it, get the money out of it? Because at that point, the interest rate isn't as bad of an impact if you're putting a lot of money down. If you're
putting a lot of money down, exactly.
Your mortgage payment is still going to be higher than it would be with a 3% rate.
Right.
But if we haven't said this enough on this podcast, 3% is not coming back.
Yeah.
Not in our lifetime, I don't think. So accepting that sooner is probably
better.
Healthy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. So from a seller's perspective, a couple thoughts here. Number one is if you already know you're there, you're ready to sell, pay attention to the details of your home. Highlight. It's important to have this conversation with your agent. What did you love about the home when you bought it? What drew you to it? What made you want to live there? Mm-hmm. That's something you really got to either think about as far as the work you're going to do before you put it on the market, or how it's featured once it's on the market. Because, if it's a big backyard, or it's a detached 3-car garage, or it's this, it's that, whatever it is.
Or the location, like anything. Yeah.
Think about those things. And if your backyard is, maybe you need some landscape help, maybe do that before you put it on the market. Or if that detached 3-car garage needs to be painted or something like that, do the work before you put it on the market. So there's those things that, if there's something that highlights the property, pay attention to those details, because you are potentially going to be on the market a little longer. If you don't do that, all the marketing and all the positive eyes you can draw to things that make the house more desirable, it's worth doing.
And we're not saying a full remodel.
No,
just highlight the things that you like. That's good.
Yeah, and we've had that. We've actually had that episode where we talked about what's value
Right.
when you do an addition or something to improve your home, and what's maybe not worth your money. And you're right. It's not necessarily a full remodel of things. It's more about the touches you can make that are maybe cost effective and actually going to improve the potential sale price of the home.
Right.
So that's one thing. I have to say this. This is true 100% of the time, no matter what market we're in. You have to disclose everything. Unfortunately, I'm talking about a current situation that one of Dad's clients is in. But disclose everything. If you know that there's an issue with the sewer line, if you know there's an issue with the deck, anything, whatever it is, if you know that you had the electrical work done because there was a potential hazard 2 years ago, disclose that. Just make sure that's a legality thing. You must
You
do
have
that.
to.
Absolutely. Won't hammer that too much, but just, food for thought. Know your price point. I feel like we talk about this pretty much every time when we talk about sellers, but it really is so crucial to understand that what is realistic as a list price or potential sale price of your home and what you may want out of it, they may not match up.
Right.
I know that there are people out there that say, well, I love my home. I've lived in it for 35 years. I've never done any improvements. Still the original furnace.
But it increased in
But I definitely think it's worth X. And once your agent, who, if they're worth their salt, has done some deep research on your neighborhood and deep research on what is sold around there, if they tell you it's worth X minus 30 grand, don't take it personally. It may just be more realistic.
Right.
So just understand that that's a conversation that should happen as that goes on. This is something I've been talking with our very good friend and podcast guru, Nicole, lately. How you market your property matters very, very much. It is worth your time to talk through, is staging something I should do in my home? Professional photography should be a no-brainer.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, still on the MLS, we will see pictures taken with cell phones on listings, which is...
I saw one the other day for over $1 million.
Oh,
And
no.
It had
Oh,
cell
no.
phone pictures. I was really like, oh, no. Like, what? I'd be so mad. Yeah.
As a seller, speak up. Speak up. Talk to your agent. Say, hey, do you do this? Do you do professional photography?
Yeah, before you hire them.
Yes.
Ask them that.
What does your marketing package look like? Because that's very real. It's very real. I know iPhones make great photos and videos. We're being filmed on one right now. However, when it comes to marketing your property the best that it can be marketed, trust a professional. Please, 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 please. It is worth it.
Because marketing properly very well will reach you above asking. If you attract more buyers, like what's your little philosophy? A buyer versus a buyer makes the price go higher.
I like that. It rhymes. It's better than my philosophy.
Versus a seller, and then it drops.
Makes the price go in the cellar.
Yeah.
It's a work in progress. But yes, I mean,
Yes.
it's 100% true. If you can get so many eyes on it that there are so many showings and then there's more than one offer, all of a sudden, as the seller, you're like, yeah, I can sit back and wait.
That's what you want. Exactly.
And that's our job. So if your agent doesn't do that, you just call one of us. We'll take care of you. Last but not least, and this is kind of a, I don't know, kind of a funky thought, but it goes back to the interest rate thing. And I talked about it a little bit already, but everything that I have heard lately predicts that those interest rates will come down. So as a seller, think ahead. And Nicole touched on it. If, and this is a big if you know you need to sell in order to buy your next property, upsizing, downsizing, whatever it is, understand that the rate is not permanent. So if you know you need to do that, two thoughts come to mind here. One, understand that payment may be not your favorite for a little while because rates aren't great right now. However, the rate is not permanent, which means your payment is not set at what it is permanently. The other side of that is if rates do come down in the next 6 to 12 months, a lot more buyers will be out in the market. So if you are that person who needs to sell and then go out and buy, all of a sudden you're going to be competing with who knows how many people against for the property that you really, really want. So getting out there sooner than later, and this is not a pressure thing, this is a reality thing, getting out there sooner than later will maybe skirt some of that competition and hopefully get you in there before the potential increase in buyer
Buyers.
activity
I was
hits.
thinking, exactly. Be ready. Have your home ready to sell. Be looking. And then if the rates drop, pounce.
Seriously.
Go.
I mean, I talked to
Yeah.
I talked to Dad about this the other day. I said, right now, if I was looking at in the price range I'm looking at the homes I'm looking at, it's like a $4,000+ a month mortgage payment on a 30-year conventional loan.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes, I said, it's real right now between
Yeah.
the increase in tax assessments
Right.
and interest rates. So it's worth knowing that is maybe the reality right now. However, it's not forever. You can refinance. There's a lot of programs out there that let you refinance for cheap right now because they know what rates are going to
Or
do.
for free.
Or for free. So, and a shout out to our friend Michelle Beeson, who we've talked about many times. She's been interviewed on the podcast. She works with us at HMA, which is Home Mortgage Advisors, is their new name, through CMG Financial, and they have a lot of products. One of which I want her to come on the podcast and talk about
Yeah,
in great
we need
depth.
to bring her back.
It's called the All-in-One Loan, and it basically makes that monthly payment a little more doable, even at a higher rate. And I won't do it justice, so I won't describe it further. But if you're interested, call me. I will direct you to Michelle. You guys can call Nicole. She'll direct you to Michelle, and we will make sure you understand because it's well worth finding out about. So anyway, I
Awesome.
digress. But that was our deep dive for the month of July 2023. And thank you, as always, for joining us. A lot of stuff to digest,
Lots.
including delicious beer.
Why is that? Tea.
Oh, did you?
Well,
I thought you put this back in your
I
pocket.
didn't. I decided to put it on the table. Well, I mean,
Did you cut your nails and that's what you need?
we're it's more the golf friendliness of our podcast. And the fact that recently Remax Alliance hosted their annual charity golf tournament.
And this was your lucky.
And that was our lucky tee for the team, actually.
That's
Every
pretty
par
good.
3, we use this little
You should
humdinger.
hold on to that.
I'm
then.
going to.
Yeah, don't give it to me.
I wasn't really
I have
going to.
plenty.
Anyway.
Plenty.
Oh.
Ta-da.
That's the Oscar Blues talking right there. So yeah, we had our golf tournament recently through Remax Alliance. I don't know how much money we raised yet. We haven't heard, but it is definitely an awesome benefit to Children's Miracle Network every single year. So everybody that played, salute, including Nico, including myself, and a lot of other people in our offices. So really had a lot of fun. Outside of that, thanks to Oscar Blues. We appreciate you. We appreciate your beer. We got to come visit you.
Yeah.
Because holy buckets, this is delicious. And this is not for you, Uncle Paul, because I know you already have, but please, if you have not yet, click the subscribe button, click the like button on YouTube, on Apple Podcasts, on Spotify. We love your subscription. We love you getting us automatically without having to think about it. You can listen to these whenever they pop up. And we definitely love the feedback, so always provide that too. You can reach us on our Instagram things. Nico puts those up in this area on every episode. If you are only audio, shoot us a quick message, and we'll make sure that you can get our Instagram handles and stuff too. But otherwise, thank you guys for listening. We appreciate you, and as always, friends, team.
Cheers.